Hello everyone, Oren Speakerman here. After 2 weeks of waiting, episode 73 has finally released, with some interesting lore to how the Skibidi War started, and the possible final battle of Gman Toilet. The episode starts with camerawoman's POV from Plunger Cameraman's death, where we see the speaker woman mourning over Dark Speakerman's death. Camerawoman tries to help her but pushes her away. We then switch over to Plungerman, where we start to see him set on fire and spark out of control. TV Woman holds us back from getting any closer as Plungerman takes his final moments. The camera then freezes as we see it rewind to episode 57 after the Titan Speakerman was cured and Plungerman was taken away by TV Woman. It then rewinds farther to episode 52 when we first saw the camera woman in action. After that, it rewinds all the way back to around episode 35 when the Titan Speakerman was still infected and the Alliance was still battling him. It then goes back to Titan Cameraman getting repaired in episode 23. Then it goes to episode 14 where we see some cameramen watching something, Plungerman in a red suit, some toilets getting destroyed, a cameraman, and finally the rocket Skibidi kamikazing through everything. Plunger Cameraman tries to fight him, but we know how that will turn out. We finally end up in September 16, 1985, where we see 4 people in a lab testing on the camerawoman. The first person we see is a woman called Kathy who tilts our camera up before heading back to a control panel, sticking her thumbs up, asking Dave to do the same. Next to her stands Dave, the one and only secret agent, who also turns and looks at us. We can also hear the people in the background say things like, "We're all set. Proceed with phase 1. After this, we hear the words opening the gate before a blue beam of light passes through the glass that I think is the Titan cameraman's core laser bee. We then zoom out of an iPad and realize we just watched a camerawoman's memories. Multiple armed cameramen and speakerwoman then stand up and leave the ship with camerawoman following close behind. We then fly out and see the battlefield we're about to enter with explosions and camera helicopters. Camerawoman starts by using her arm guns to shoot the Skibidi helicopters before landing and fighting the buzzsaw toilet we saw in the leak. She shoots his eyes, then goes in with a spiky plunger to the face. While dodging the saws, she stabs it right into his face. She then throws the toilet roll bombs into this toilet before he makes a goofy scream and dies. We then turn around to help a fallen camera engineer up who has lost an arm, so we switch hands to get him up with his lasting arm. An explosion is heard in the background as we look round to 5 rocket launching toilets. Camerawoman then uses her target ability to snipe every one of them down with what looks like the same beam as the upgraded camera Strider from episode 72. Impressed, the large cameraman and engineer gives us a thumbs up for our good job before we start walking down to more toilets. A laser then hits a cameraman as a bodybuilder toilet lands and picks up a cameraman just holding him before crushing him. He then starts to walk towards us with a smile on his face into rocket toilets in the background. A bright light then appears that scares off this toilet. After he flies away, we turn around to see the scientist laser clone from episode 70 who goes to shoot the 2 rocket toilets that were following the bodybuilder. He then stops as we look at our iPad and realize none other than TV Woman is piloting the clone where they entered it in episode 70. We then give her a thumbs up just as the crate-carrying helicopters fly past us. This time, we can see 3 at first with 1 trailing behind, which TV Woman decides to shoot down. They drop the crate, but their protection has arrived as Gman Toilet appears shocked like he did in the leak. TV Woman tries to shoot him, but he pulls up a shield that he blatantly stole from Titan Cameraman. He uses the shield to ram into the clone, only knocking down 1 laser. Gman shoots harder though and absolutely destroys the scientist toilet and TV Woman inside. With a very angry look on his face, Gman turns and looks at us while the container is picked up. We then fly onto a higher building to snipe the container toilets. Gman doesn't seem pleased by this and starts charging his lasers, but gets distracted by someone else shooting down the container who actually manages to knock them down. Gman looks around as we learn it was Titan Speakerman who is sitting in a Sigma position. He stands up readying his weapons as the Titan cameraman charges past with explosions following him. He lands as Gman turns around to see a cloud of black smoke with the Titan TV man who says nowhere to run. Then, for the first time in the series, Gman Toilet replied with,
"You have no idea what's coming."
Titan TV man, being the coldest character, replies, That sparks Gman to charge up his lasers, starting the possible final battle of Gman Toilet. And that was the end of the episode. This one was very important to the series with the lore we got in Gman speaking for the first time, and a new memory ability for cameramen. This episode is a two-parter, so make sure to subscribe to not miss my part 2 analysis, and also subscribe to Dave Factboom for the original Skibidi toilet series. Orange Speakerman out.